So I'm building this realistic city in Minecraft, and then there was this empty area with nothing. So I decided to transform this into a residential district with high-rise buildings and a mall. There's a dog too. But because this is a huge project, I've only done 50% of it in this video. And I'll do another video very soon, but let's begin the transformation. So I'm starting off by creating the floor plan, sort of like the base shape of the first skyscraper high-rise building that we're doing. This is going to be a residential building, of course. There will be apartments inside. And yes, I'm very excited to build this entire new district of the city. Across the water, I built an office district, so all of those buildings on the other side are office buildings, high-rises, there is a mall as well, there are some parks, but nothing is really made for the citizens of the city, even though they don't really exist. But in this district, I'm going to have a couple high-rise buildings that are all going to have apartments where people will, live, if we imagine it, and there will be a lot of parks and a lot of nice, pleasing areas for the population. So as you can see, I just finished building the lobby of the building. Now I'm starting to work on the second or the first floor. Is it the second floor? I don't know. I think the lobby counts as the first floor, so this is going to be the second floor, I think. So yeah, I'm doing the floor plan. There will be 2 apartments per each floor, and thanks to World Edit, I'm going to copy each floor over and over again, which will help me save way more time. And of course, the skyscraper and this entire project is mostly going to be modern, so everything has a modern, clean, minimalistic architecture with a futuristic touch, but it's definitely going to have a lot of character, because people can sometimes make modern buildings look very boring, lack character and personality, but I really tried bringing that with these builds, and I hope you'll see that as well. Yeah, now I'm just finishing off these walls, the ceiling very soon, and this building will have glass made out of ice. Of course, that's ice in Minecraft, but in real life it will be some sort of like blue tinted reflective glass, which I think looks really nice. In the other part of the city, I used the tinted glass way more than here, and I just want to kind of stop using it as much and use some other materials as glass. Now I'm doing the rooftop of this skyscraper. The rooftop is pretty cool, I guess. It's like open, so you can just see some really good views. And of course, I don't want to make this into a concrete jungle, so expect to see some nature and some greenery here and there to just make this entire place more lively. Now we're going back to the lobby area, and I'm just doing the exterior. The exterior should always be a bit larger than the rest of the building, the other floors, because, it needs that stability. Now I am building the extension, and this extension is actually the mall. So the mall is connected to this building, however, there aren't any like hallways or anything. You'll have to enter the mall from the outside of the building. And it's not really going to be a mall, but you'll see what it's actually going to be later on. Now I'm just finishing the entrances for the skyscraper. There are 2 entrances and 2 sides. I'm doing the other one now. And now I'm doing the second skyscraper. This one is actually taller and I love it more. I love this skyscraper a bit more. It's just cooler looking and you'll see why. But now I'm just doing the base or the lobby again. This skyscraper, however, will not have an interior because I just want to save some time, and considering this is a huge project, I decided not to include an interior in this skyscraper. And also, in my other area in the city, the downtown, if you ever watched my videos when I was building that, I kind of struggle with lag. Like, that area of the city used to lag a lot, and that's because of all those skyscrapers that were filled with interiors. So I realized that I have to get rid of interiors and make some buildings into shells, which means that they would have exteriors, but they would lack interiors. And that's what I'm doing with this building. But now I am building the pool area of the skyscraper. And this is a really beautiful area, honestly. I didn't really plan on doing it, but I just wanted to build like a pool, an area where people could just hang out and relax, be near the ocean, but also be in a pool. And then there's this cool waterfall feature, which I also really like. And this entire area just reminds me of like some vacation hotels, resorts, even though this is actually a residential building. So that's pretty cool. Overall, in terms of this entire city, I said this multiple times before, I'm inspired by San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York. Those are like my three main inspirations, and now in some areas you're going to see the Los Angeles resemblance, in some areas you're going to see the San Francisco resemblance, and mostly in downtown you'll see the New York resemblance. As you can see, the base of this new skyscraper is turning out to be really cool, very modern. And yes, this one was more complicated to build because this skyscraper has different sections. There are 3 different sections and all of them are at different heights, so I couldn't really copy everything all together at once. I had to like do all these sections separately, but honestly, this is a very interesting building when it comes to design. Also, I'm sorry if I'm talking way too much. I'm just, I'm trying to catch up with the time lapse that you're watching right now, and I'm describing most of the things that I'm doing, so if I'm speaking too much, well, it's probably because it's very fast. And also, I've heard some people really want me to like slow down these types of videos, to make them much slower so they can catch up. I mean, listen, you have the video speed feature, you can change the speed of the actual video, even though I'm going to sound crazy and kind of scary, but also I have to make sure these videos actually have a good watch time and a good good engagement. If this video was 30 minutes long, people would get bored and click off. And listen, when you are a YouTuber, you have to care about views, you have to care about watch time and how long people watch your videos. So I have to make sure my videos aren't too long, or else people are gonna get bored and not watch them anymore. So watch time is really important, and that's why I'm trying to keep my videos very fast, so you don't really have those moments when you get to click off. At least that's just an inside sort of information. When you get to make videos and stuff, you kind of learn about it. Also, back in the day, I kind of used to cut out all of the parts when I was stuttering. I used to stutter way more in my videos, and even nowadays I still do. I've stuttered a couple of times in this video, probably, but I used to like cut out all those parts when I stuttered because I thought it was embarrassing. But I think I'm just gonna stop cutting those parts out because we're all human beings, even me, even though my name is Borschy Alien, but I'm gonna stop cutting out parts when I'm, barely making sense or when I'm stuttering, because I just want to feel more connected with all of you guys. So I just don't want to seem like a robot or anything, even though I'm speaking 100 miles per hour right now, which makes me seem like a robot. But okay, it is what it is. Okay, now that we are done with the skyscraper number 2, we are doing the middle section here in between the skyscrapers. I just wanted to add some texture to the pavement, to the concrete. And now I am doing the dock. So the dock is pretty much, of course, where all the boats or whatever can be here and stay, I guess. I'm bad with words sometimes, but yeah, so as you can see now I'm building the dock. It's made out of wood to make it just kind of seem more natural and all that, and lightweight. However, I didn't really build any boats. I don't know how to build boats. I really have no idea how to do them. I mean, of course I could try, but I would have to watch some tutorials. And because I'm kind of lazy and I don't have the attention span to watch tutorials, even though I make tutorials, I just decided not to build any boats and move on. So now I'm now building this sort of like a walkway, this area where you can just walk, look at the city from the other side, and it's a beautiful area, honestly. It's very peaceful here. You can like hear the ocean. When you're in game, you can enjoy all the trees and all the scenery. There is like enough area to walk. I feel like in the other parts of the city, things are a little bit too crowded, and especially those areas where you should just walk and stuff. Those areas are always very small and tight, so I just wanted to make this walking area, this boardwalk type of thing, a bit larger and wider. But to just kind of make it more detailed, I'm adding a grass section, of course. Yeah, so whenever you're building a city, try to add more greenery. It's going to make the city feel more lively and more lush or whatever. Especially because in Minecraft things can sometimes feel a little bit stale. I think adding greenery really adds life to whatever you're building. And now we're finally moving on to the mall. The mall isn't really functional. Again, these are storefronts and these are only the fronts. Like, there are no insides. You cannot walk into these stores. It's just the exterior that you can kind of see. However, there is a very cool thing that I'm gonna build inside of this mall, which is going to make it even better, honestly. Before I do that, I gotta do this front part of the mall. I gotta add some greenery, some bamboo, some other plants. I forgot the name of those things. Oh yeah, those are drip leaves. Okay. Now I'm just gonna add some other things. More greenery, of course. More textures everywhere. Yeah, this city has a lot of palm trees. Also, by the way, you can download this map. Not really at this state at the moment, but you can download this map if you go to one of my recent videos when I built a modern house, like a modern mansion. I have a link down there to download this world, this city. It's not going to include some of these newer projects that I've done, but at least you can like check it out and also build things on your own. And now this is where the fun begins. So I am going to build a cafe inside of this mall. This entire interior will be a cafe, which I'm really excited to do it. I want to build like a very nice, cozy, aesthetic cafe that's also modern but also kind of old-timey, and you'll see how it's gonna look. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I had to take a sip of water because I was speaking so much. But anyways, I'm back. So yes, what are we doing? Okay, we are doing the cafe. That's great. That's amazing. We're doing the bathrooms right now. And as you can see, this entire cafe has a very Starbucks vibe. There's a lot of neutral colors. There's the green. There's the browns. It has a vibe of a coffee shop, even though it's kind of like a cafe slash restaurant. I really like the way it turned out. Now I'm just kind of like adding the bar area here, even though it's not really a bar, it's more of a kitchen. Yeah, we don't really have a bar in this cafe, but it is what it is. I'm also using custom decor heads instead of chairs or stairs in Minecraft because they are they're smaller and they fit the modern builds way better. And we're almost done with the cafe. I hope you liked how it turned out. And now I'm just gonna add some chairs and tables outside as well to sort of bring that interior outside. And I'm gonna finish off this area here. By the way, this sort of like sunken area is going to be either a playground or a park or something. I'm definitely still figuring that out, but that's gonna be for the next video. Now I'm building the escalators. This is actually the first time I've ever built escalators in Minecraft, and these escalators are going to lead you to a nightclub. Yes, I will build a nightclub as well on top of the mall, and now I'm just kind of doing the rooftop area, but the nightclub is going to be super cool. I already built it. now at this time when I'm doing this voiceover. However, in this video, you'll not see the nightclub because it's a long video, it's a long process, and I am going to make a separate video of myself building the nightclub, and it's going to be a slower video, so you may actually even get to build it yourself. So yeah, I'm almost done with the time-lapse for today. Doing some finishing touches, of course, and that's pretty much it. And this is a tour of what I've currently built. In the next video, I'll build a nightclub that sits on top of the mall, as already said. And after that, we'll do the rest of this project. So, see you in the next video. Bye!